7-4 here on Melbourne's home of footy. We'll take you to Spotless Stadium very shortly for the Giants and, of course, the Western Bulldogs. Can't wait for that. Hutto, Matty G, Scott Lucas, Mark McVeigh and Brett Thomas just about ready to go. But big basketball season coming up. Of course, we'll be following Melbourne United in the NBL. Also in the WNBL, of course, the Melbourne Boomers and the Dandenong Rangers will be going about their business. Jacinta Kennedy, of course, well, is a championship star for the Rangers. She's also been a star for the Opals. She's come back, of course, to Dandenong the last couple of years. And, of course, the hubby, well, a very, very fine player as a former Socceroo in Josh Kennedy. But, of course, the Rangers have got a couple of big pre-season games. One completed last night, another one to come tonight. And Jacinta's been good enough to join us here on Melbourne's Home of Sport. Hi, Jacinta, how are you going?
G'day, BP. How are you?
Not too bad. Hey, encouraging start last night. You took on the crosstown rivals, the Melbourne Boomers, out at Nunawading. For basketball fans, everyone knows the Nunawading Basketball Stadium. So many have played their juniors out there, and you had a nice victory. Yeah,
we did. We got the win, which was excellent, and we felt really good after the game. We got a lot out of it, and put in a good performance. We had a few bumps in the road throughout the game, but we managed to pull ourselves back up and get the win. So it was a really good result.
I imagine these games are they're pretty crucial, aren't they? Just to, I suppose, to start to get the chemistry and the synergy, because the team obviously comes together. At different parts. You've still got your import, of course, Ellie Malott, to arrive this week from Washington to fit into the lineup as well. But these games are pretty crucial just to, I suppose, for the team to really come together and get a feel for each other, how you're going to play during the season.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we've been training together in the preseason for quite a while now, but there's nothing like playing against your competitors for the upcoming season. And I mean, Nat Novosel put in a wonderful performance for us last night, as did Rosie Fadlovich. And it's good. It's a lot of fun to get out there, and it's good for us to size up our competition for what we're going to be up against in the season to come.
When you look at the team, I mean, Dandenong has, I suppose, the uniqueness of being the only team in the WNBL to be linked with an association. So many of the girls have come through the ranks to become stars of the WNBL, and that chance to go on and play for Australia. You're one that's been down that pathway. Sarah Blitzarves, of course, brother Mark, unfortunately exiting for the Cats in the prelim last night, an absolute star of the competition. Steph Cumming, of course, who's gone away but come back. Jacinta, who obviously her grassroots were at Dandenong, and that's the great part about this lineup. Yeah,
I think we're all very proud of that fact that we are the only club that has a direct pathway to the WNBL. I was out at the stadium the weekend before this, chatting to some juniors who had just won or lost grand finals, and I make sure I point that out to every single one of them. We all started where they did, and if they put their mind to it, they can certainly end up where we have. It's a wonderful thing we're all very proud of. Sarah was very mindful about the Geelong game that was happening last night, but had her mind on the job.
Yep.
And when we all went into the change room after the game, we all said, we wonder how the game's going. And Larissa was quick to tell us the results. And we said, hang on a second, how do you know what's going on? We haven't been able to look. So the coaching staff were onto it pretty quick smart after the game to give us the update.
Yeah, absolutely. I was at your launch, of course, during the week. What's it like to have a guy by the name of Gerry Ryan part of the Rangers setup? People who are sports fans listening to this radio station know the great deeds of Gerry Ryan, setting up the first Australian Tour de France team, half ownership in America, winning the Melbourne Cup going back a few years ago. He's had ownership in a lot of sporting teams around the country, and he's been such a long-time supporter. His great company, Jayco, of the Rangers. I think into its 19th season this year, as a guy who's obviously known around the world and supports something locally in and around his business.
I think Gerry, his achievements and what he's given to sport, to women's basketball, and as you mentioned, all of those others, are absolutely incredible. And I know he gets a lot out of that, and we're very lucky to have his ongoing support. It was wonderful to see him at the launch the other night. It's always a thrill to see him in person, and I hope he gets the feeling from us of how appreciative we are of his ongoing support. And we're proud to wear Jayco on our jerseys week in, week out, and we hope we do them proud and the community proud, because that's what it's all about.
I know you're interviewed by Andy Murray, so I'm just about to let you go. Last year on afternoons, of course, you're coming back to play professional sport after about 7 or 8 years out. Your husband, Josh Kennedy, of course, recently retiring and I suppose assuming a different life post being a professional athlete, but a very competitive household nonetheless.
It is. There's I think we've got about a dozen basketballs in the backyard, mixed in with soccer balls and Aussie rules footies. Tennis, there's lots of sports happening in the house, and we, of course, teach the kids play for fun and always get enjoyment out of it and have, make friends and stuff. But we definitely like to get the wins, and it is always a competitive game of knockout or around the world in our driveway. There's no disputing that. Josh and I definitely like to win. But yeah, we hope we've passed on some sporting genes to kids, and we certainly will support them in their endeavours in the future.
Yeah, I know. Well, no, you've got three of your own, and they might go on to be stars in their own right as well. But obviously, you've got great parents to look up to. Jacinta, well done last night. Big game coming up tonight against the Spirit. Good luck, of course. The first home game, 16th of October. Rangers take on the Perth Lynx. 5 o'clock tip-off out at the Dandenong Basketball Stadium. Good luck. We'll talk soon.
Thanks so much, BP. See ya.
Jacinta Kennedy, who's a great athlete in her own right, coming back in her mid-30s now, playing some very good basketball still.